I feel called out. Okay, let's get us some... Can I start over? Can you edit that part out?
No, that's
It's staying in. If there's one thing you can't do if you want something taken out,
Say edit it out. Okay,
take that out.
I've learned this. We're going to get started on some Ryuutama. It's been fun, but serious business. Let's get to it.
sirs, these
Because it's been a while since our last session, we had PAX and a couple other things going on. I think it's only fair that we start off with our beautiful journal entry.
Let's do it.
All right, so
That Cyrus did last time.
I'm reading from where we last left off, which was... Where did we start at the beginning of the last session?
We started at the edge
Temple.
of the...
Temple.
about to go to
Yeah.
the temple, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It was like you just woke up.
We were like at the edge of the Smothers Butts where they meet the forest, and then the fog cleared, and then temple.
Okay, right. So, we crested the hill and see a temple. We go into the temple and are attacked by gross vines that latched onto my leg and sucked my blood?
Gross.
Gross.
Super
See,
gross.
You don't have to say gross, Jess, but I have it written right here.
Marnus is like reading over Cyrus' shoulder.
Gross.
We all managed to squish that thing away, and Aster found a dog coyote? Also, how do you spell coyote? It's spelled very incorrectly in my opinion.
Coyote.
Yeah, that's not how I spelled it. Anyway, Aster has a new pet now, and they named it Air Demon? Bass and I broke the door down and... broke the door down to the inner temple. There's wind coming from somewhere, and a rumbling sound? We found a wind dragon statue and knocked into it, and it knocked back. So we broke the statue open, and inside, there's a freaking air dragon. And it tried to attack us. Aster put it to sleep, and now things are getting weird. A pink cat with wings shows up. It was the Ryuujin in cat form. Yeah, I'm really questioning my reality. I'm really questioning my whole reality right now. Anyway, Cat Ryuujin told us that we had to kill this dragon. The first dragon anyone has seen in hundreds of years, and we have to kill it. Apparently this will help us save all the other dragons. I really don't know how I feel about any of this morally. Anyway, we killed it. We took its heart. Marna said some words. We camped. It was sad. We started walking back to Scales Bay. The plan is to find some boat and set out to a new land. That's it.
Oh,
It was
cute.
Nothing
It
about
was
how the
sad.
coyote was stinky.
No, that was
That's for
omitted.
your journal.
Ash, can you please spell the coyote for me?
Yes, gladly. I've already done it a couple of times.
Yeah.
Cyotee.
C-Y-O-T-E.
Oh, I like it. Is that like a
But that-
t-shirt?
But like, it is phonetic.
Coyote.
Coyote. Like, I like that. I appreciate
Just a
that.
background for people. Ash, when he went to school as a kindergartner, they did not do phonetics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
The whole... I mean, it was a combination of sounded out sort of, but also just like a crap ton of spelling tests for just like general words. And then that was sort of good enough after that.
yeah. So Ash has a...
So it's just memorization.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Ash
Yep,
has
no
like
fundamentals.
journals and journals and journals of him misspelling things consistently.
Oh, yeah.
That they thought that he had written his own language.
Well, they did. They thought that I was dyslexic because I was spelling things incorrectly routinely.
Yeah.
All the time.
Oh, wow.
Turns
And
out
it has
you just
never
got by.
improved.
Yeah, it turns out just was never taught how to spell right.
Hey, good luck for you because we don't need to remember anything anymore these days.
Yeah.
Our phones fix it for us.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Ah, suck
Now
it,
it's the phone
English
that's
teachers.
dyslexic if I spell it wrong.
Yes. The phone is wrong.
All right.
The kids who are wrong.
Enough spelling talk.
Enough spelling.
Yeah. So you just finished packing up all your supplies, and with heavy hearts, you step out of the forest. The journey home is more difficult than the way here, but not because of the terrain and the weather, but the experience has left you feeling grim.
Because we killed a frickin' dragon.
I know, you kill a dragon to save all dragons. Hashtag, kill a dragon to save all dragons.
I don't think we knew that when we went into it.
No, we did.
You did.
The cat Ryuujin told us.
Did you say to save all dragons? I thought you just said, well, you just kind of have to do it.
No,
Okay,
I
bye.
said, I'm pretty sure that's why
Well-
that's the name of the episode.
But we went out on a limb trusting the Ryuujin because we were like,
But
for
you-
all we know, they're evil. and they have evil
Yeah.
intentions.
You were questioning the intents of the Ryuujin, if they were for good, for bad, for fun.
Yeah,
knows?
if they were instinctively spontaneous.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what we're gonna do is, because you've already traveled the road here, traveling the road back is gonna be easier, essentially.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is we'll make a condition check once for all the days, because if you remember, it took you about 3 days to get here. And we do one camping check for all days.
Yep.
So everybody does their condition check like normal. And I know it's been a while,
Strength
so
and spirit.
strength and spirit.
Strength and spirit.
So strength, and then spirit. Using my new fancy dice, y'all.
Oh God, I rolled really
Yeah, I
bad.
did not do great.
I
10?
rolled a 4.
10 is good. You're fine. You rolled a 4.
Yep.
6.
Okay.
We're really broken up about this dragon.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense
man.
for you,
Yeah.
Marna.
I say the font for my 2 and 5 are very similar.
Oh.
So what was it?
Put it down.
There's my
That's a
2.
Yeah, that's the 5.
That's a 5.
Yeah.
For sure. They are very similar.
They are very similar. Anyway, I rolled a 6 total.
Okay.
Yeah, they are.
All right.
I mean, you see the 5 and you're like, that's definitely a 5, but
Well-
the 2 is...
Here. The way you can know, I think, actually.
There's
is-
a flat side to each of them, but it's still like, come on.
Yeah, it's just a 2 shouldn't look that way.
Exactly.
The 5 looks like a 5. The 2 tastes like a snozzberry.
Why did you taste the 2?
You don't.
Rick tastes everything.
In our first round of Hero Squad, Rick popped a D20 into his mouth.
Oh, God.
Sounds
And then he spit it, and it landed on me.
But what was the roll?
Snozzberry roll.
I don't remember.
That'd be
I
great if it
remember
was a.
It went to
nat 20.
dice jail, which was his mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think this really confusing?
And then the capital
It's on different
punishment.
They're on the wrong sides.
That's why.
That's so weird. Because every dice is the same. The 1, the 2, the 3, they're always on the same orientation.
Oh, but 2 and 5 are on opposite
And on
sides.
his, it's on the wrong side.
Yeah.
What do you mean on the wrong side?
Like the 2 and the 5 are supposed to be opposite each other. That's
Yes.
correct. But it's supposed to
Okay.
be, the orientation should be
Oh no, it's the same as this one.
clockwise rather than counterclockwise.
Yeah. So
I'm glad
1,
we're having this dice
2,
discussion.
6, 5. That's correct.
Okay, that one's correct.
It's
Okay.
yours that's wrong.
It's mine that's wrong. Apparently.
Right.
But luckily, mine has very clear numbers.
It's true.
True.
I rolled a 6.
Interrupted.
Okay. It's like, we're going to get to this.
This is gonna
it's
happen
gonna
at
go
some point.
full circle.
This is what happens when is early for me.
All right. Yeah. No, it's fine. Bast, you feel fine.
Yeah, I do.
Your bloodlust is fulfilled, and you're not having like an emotional struggle like everyone else.
bloodlust. It's just
You just said bloodlust.
that was a joke. I joke about these things. I joke about the terrible things that I don't want to do.
Well, you're seemingly you're not as downtrodden as the rest of your
I'm
companions.
just happy-go-lucky.
Sure.
That's great. Marna, Cyrus, and Aster, you're all very broken up about it.
Yeah, not feeling great about it.
It's not. It's pretty much. I feel like probably on the trek home, you mostly kept to yourselves in your own head about things, sort of digesting what just happened and how to intake that. Bast, you're probably trying to make some small talk with everybody, but people are being pretty silent.
Come on, guys. We're gonna head home. We're gonna get a sail on the ocean. We're gonna see things we've never seen before.
Like the only thing you're getting out of me is just like, and then like I'm trying to keep my hands busy, maybe by like continuing to work on that rusted knife that he has. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just riding on top of Bucket, just like staring into the middle distance, petting Air Demon.
The stinky air demon.
Stinky Air Demon. You need a shower, buddy.
I thought you bathed them.
Yeah, needs another one.
Yeah, that's
a
just
deep-
perpetually stinky.
It's a deep stink.
That don't easily wash off.
No, it doesn't.
Deep stink.
Yeah, so there's not going to be a lot of talking during this trip home. We can do a camping check also.
Okay.
That's all we need to do for all days. So, and if someone wants to provide support, that's totally cool as
I
well.
will support.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, because it's one of you two. Because
Yeah,
it's whoever
I'm
has
the,
the highest.
you're the roll. I'm the
The
support.
highest Dex plus Int.
It's Dex plus Int, is that right?
Yeah.
Or I'm saying, what is the roll for camping?
Yeah, it is Dex plus Int.
It's a Dex plus Int?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's you, Ash, I think, because you have an 8 and a 6.
8 and 6.
I only rolled a 6. You rolled another 5.
8 total.
8.
Okay. So you make it through the night normally. There's nothing that attacks you or anything like that. I feel like, Cyrus, your meals aren't as yummy as they normally are, just because, you put a lot of heart and a lot of passion into those meals. And since it's been, pretty somber, it reflects in your cooking. It's still edible. It's still good.
Yeah.
It's just missing that secret spice. You know?
I made like I'm trying to think, like a rice porridge almost, or something like that.
And it's still edible. You still feel completely nourished, and you wake up every day being like, okay, I'm gonna be able to walk home. But
It's like the food a bodybuilder eats.
Yeah,
it's
it's-
like boiled chicken. It's like
broccoli
It
and
sustains
grilled-
you,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's just purely functional.
Yeah.
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 all right.
Bland.
Yeah.
It tastes like we feel.
Oh, it's so sad. You make it back to Scales Bay with little problems, and it's close to sundown when you actually approach the city. Most places are closed right now, save for like probably the tavern and some few like night stalls. Maybe like some other places are still open, probably like a temple of some sort. So at this point, it's up to you whether, like, what would you like to do? How do you sort of part once you come back to Scales Bay? And then what are your plans for tomorrow?
I should probably check in on Honobono.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've been gone for 4 days. Restaurant's been closed the whole time. I think.
And-
No, you've been gone for 6 days.
Yeah, because it's a
3 there,
3-day
3
journey there,
Yeah, yeah.
3-day back.
Okay.
So it's been about, we'll just say a week.
Yeah.
It probably took a day to explore the temple as well.
Okay.
So, and remind me again, let's see, I think I wrote it down about who, it's just your family, right?
It's my aunt and uncle.
Aunt and uncle, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna head up to my family and kind of
Check in on them.
check in on them and say like, hey, hook me up with some quality goods because I'm going on a long journey.
You've been gone for a week.
So how does that parting sort of look as you approach the city and you're knowing that you have to part ways? Like, do you say goodbye to each other? Do you just like peace out?
I think we all quietly are like, we know we have to come back to each other. So like, I'm sure Marna just gives everybody a nod. And she's like, and she just retreats. And then on the way there, she's just like, we'll see each other once we need to go.
At the
Yeah.
Well, we had talked briefly about it last time that I think we were gonna lean on Bass to potentially procure a boat.
I'm gonna go down to the docks,
Yeah.
see what I can finagle,
Yeah.
and then I can do repairs and fix it up.
Yeah.
See what we get. But I am gonna need some money. Who's got money? Just go ahead and just put it in this boot here, and I pop off my boot and I
Good old money boot.
put the money in the boot.
I mean, I could give you a sack of money. Like
I'd prefer it in the boot.
why the boot?
It's kind of a good luck
You
thing
have to walk on it. Why is it good luck?
because
You're stepping on your fortunes.
No, I'm-
literally crushing your fortunes.
I'm not gonna put the boot back on with the money in it. I'm gonna walk around with one boot on my foot, and then the other foot's barefoot. But then
I'm so happy Marno walked away from this already.
I like to think because you were saying like, oh, we quietly part ways with it. I was thinking that actually it was more like one of those like awkward.
Yeah.
All right, we all need to be leaving, but no one wants to be the first one to go. So you're like lingering kind of thing. Like cool. So like, oh, that's fun. Cool. No, yeah, I'll see you. Yeah, cool. And then you started pulling out your boot to put money in it, and now I'm confused.
well, I didn't know what else to carry the money in. I didn't figure that like you'd have a sack of it. So I made up a story about the boot being lucky.
I put some
to
coins.
save face. Thank you.
I put some coins in your boot.
Thank you.
Don't encourage it. I have like multiple pouches. I pull out like a nice little wool pouch that I just kind of like jingle.
That's some good
That's a very nice
craftsmanship.
pouch, actually.
Huh? And guess what? Put money in that, get the boot on your foot.
I empty out the 2 coins
Into the pouch.
that you gave me and put my boot back on. Embarrassed.
There you go, bud.
Thank you. All right.
By doing that, not only did he get your coins, he also got your pouch.
Yeah.
Are you going to make him pay for that?
He's buying us a
It's
boat.
not my. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not like I'm gonna keep the pouch. I'll give you the pouch back.
Like-
I need something to carry the money down to the dock to buy a boat.
Like realistically, like
I like to think this is a big grand scheme to get a pouch.
I mean, if he runs off with my pouch, I'll send Bucket after him. All right.
Oh, you don't want buckets.
You don't want Bucket hunting you down.
I mean, the
You think
island.
Bucket can't sniff out his own wool? Come on.
Also, the island is
that's pretty cool.
only so big. Like
Yeah,
you'll be able to find them.
Exactly.
This is very strange. I don't know why you guys think I would covet this very fine wool bag.
Thank you.
Well, we also didn't know that you were going to pull up your boot and make a story about good luck boot with money in it.
I mean, but it sounded good.
It did sound good.
No,
It sounded plausible.
It sounded.
it was only slightly passable.
Slightly passable, though, right? Not slightly unpassable.
Not slightly failing.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
That is a solid C. I'll take
That's
a
a-
C.
I'm a C-.
The C is not solid. It
A
is liquid.
believable half full.
Please build your boat knowing that the C is liquid, not solid.
All right, so eventually you all part ways. Bass has a nice new wool satchel pouch that we've got some money in. Marna, you're gone, but do you three of you make plans to like meet up sometime tomorrow?
Yeah, I sort of tell you. I'll be like, oh, I'll be at at the restaurant in the morning,
Okay.
and then we'll find the others.
Find the others probably by the dock or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So you all make it back to your humble abodes. I guess we can go one by one and sort of do that. So we'll start with you, Cyrus, since you were like, I'm going back to Honobono. So you approach the restaurant. It's just probably after closing. Like they just finished sweeping up the day and, doing the change and counting the monies.
Yeah.
And you approach, and as you approach, all of a sudden you hear like your aunt being like, "He's back!" And she like runs out of the restaurant, like envelops you in a huge hug. It's like, "Where did you go? You didn't tell us you were leaving.
Well, I didn't know I'd be gone so long. I'm sorry.
You didn't even leave a note."
I left a note that the oven was broken.
I didn't get that. What's your aunt's name?
I didn't give either my aunt or uncle a name.
Well,
Uncle
Steven.
we've got
Ben and Aunt
no.
Peru.
Uncle Ben. Let's see. We've got some names. Let's do. We've got Morgan. Morgan's a good aunt name. Aunt
Okay.
Morgan. Okay.
Aunt Miss Morgan.
Aunt Miss Morgan.
Miss Morgan.
That's how she makes you say.
You call
it.
yeah. You call her. Hey, Aunt
She's
Morgan.
very
You
stern.
call me Miss Morgan.
Well, I never saw the note, but thank goodness you're back.
I'm sorry I was gone so long.
Where were you? What were you doing?
Well, it's just that. How do I explain this? Aster needed some help up on his pig farm, and so it took a lot longer than I thought it would.
We have a standing agreement that we can
okay.
use each other as
excuses for yeah, that makes sense.
If someone ever comes up to me and it's like, "Oh, Cyrus said you said this," I'm like, "Yes, I said exactly that."
Anyway, I thought it was an emergency, and it sort of was, and it was just a lot of work on his farm, and it took 4 days. No,
Well,
it
you
took a week. It took 6 days.
I mean, they're within town. You could have come back and slept in your room.
Oh, it wasn't at his. Did I say it was at his farm? I meant it was for his farm, but we had to go deep into the island. It was a long trek. We went camping. I cooked. Everyone liked my food.
How? I feel like your aunt is probably in tune with you because she raised you, so she's like, she knows you're full of shenanigans, but she also can see that, like, feel the half-truth in that too, so you're hiding something, but I'm just happy you're safe, Cyrus. We've got a lot of bread to make. It's been real rough without your help the past 6 days.
I appreciate that. I'm sure everyone misses my bread. I'm happy to help tonight and tomorrow morning.
Great.
But I've got more news.
More? Are you getting married?
To who do you think I'm getting married?
I don't know. You don't tell me everything. There was that one girl that you were interested in.
Maria? No, not getting married.
The way you said Maria.
The one you write in your journal about. Not that I've
You know
read-
about my journal?
No! Listen, you keep a lot of... You're very good at journaling, young man.
Which is why she was so concerned you didn't leave a note.
You have a stack in your room that says Cyrus's journals. They're like... from every year.
I need to stop labeling them also as just journals. Hold on, making a note right now.
You pull out your journal and you start journaling.
Cyrus's journal. Okay. So, How old did I say it was? 22? Listen, I love you, and I love you, Auntie. But I'm 22 years old now, and I feel like I need to finally get out there and make it on my own. I can't be cooped up here forever. You know, I've got the wanderlust. I've got to explore this world and make a name for myself.
He's got the lust.
Auntie Miss Morgan begins like a tear in her eye. She's like, I knew this day was gonna come, but I just didn't expect it so soon. I'm so proud of you, Cyrus. Well,
what is my uncle's name?
Uncle Andrew McClammet.
Okay, so it's Miss Morgan McClammet and Uncle Andrew
No,
McClammet.
it's Aunt Miss Morgan and Uncle Andrew
They didn't take each
McClammet.
other's
Wait,
names.
one word, Andrew McClammet.
Yeah.
Got it. Andrew McClammet.
It's very foreign.
Miss Morgan,
Call me by my
your
nickname.
auntie like shouts to the back of the restaurant. It's like, he's growing up. He's going on his main adventure.
His main adventure.
Your uncle like comes out of the back. He's just like finishing up some prep for the next morning. Like gives you a good hug too. Nice
thanks,
pat on the back.
Uncle Andy.
Unky Andy. Unky.
It's like I'm proud of you, my son. Even though it's your nephew, you know, you've always
He's
been. It's
raised
been like
me
mom
since-
and pop.
Yeah, since I was like 6 or something.
I've saved this for a very special occasion. And he goes in the back, rifling. You can hear like pans clutter in the background, and he brings you a pack. It's just like a pack of like super spices, essentially.
Ooh.
It's like all the family restaurant spices.
How'd you keep this hidden from me for so long?
Well,
He labeled it not super spices.
yeah.
I
It just
wouldn't
says
have ever
not
guessed.
secret journals on it, essentially. So
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I don't need
Yeah.
these. So he hands that over to you. It's like, I know you're gonna go out there, and you're gonna make us proud, and you're gonna make some damn good food.
Thank you.
They're all sort of, everyone gathers you in a hug. They've forgiven you for just abandoning them for a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're good. They're good parents.
Yeah, they're cool.
And auntie and uncle parents. So they sort of spend the rest of the night like inquiring about your adventure with Aster about, you have to make up some good stuff.
I make up some real interesting stuff about how like Bucket needed a new bucket, and it was a long trek to find the right bucket, and then I frantically sent a letter off to Aster to say, can you paint his bucket or something to make it look different?
Why can't you just tell them the truth? I'm curious.
I don't want them to necessarily.
You don't need to tell them the part about killing the dragon. That could be left out.
Well, then, but do you also?
what is the rest of that
you also
story?
say,
I went camping with.
I saw a dragon in my dreams.
Yeah.
And decided to go out into the woods because the dream dragon told me to.
Well, I mean, I feel like you could omit some things, but still tell the truth. Like, I went on a camping adventure, and we went to this mother's buds, and we came across some boars. But now you're getting like really in depth with a made up story about like a bucket needing another bucket, and you did these. Like, it seems like a strange tale to weave. You're digging yourself a hole.
Well, yeah, but I think that's preferable to me telling that there was a dire need from a Ryuujin, because then my aunt and uncle might think that I'm crazy.
We never said he's great at lying.
Yeah. No, that's part of his charm.
Yeah.
So as the night is sort of dying down, your auntie pulls you aside and presents you with a special token. But I want you to create that token to remember Honobono by.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. I'm going to say it is a bracelet made of the sort of the black rock basalt sea stones that maybe has... I'm trying to think if like we would have like a family crest or just some sort of like a family symbol or something like that. Or maybe just like their initials maybe or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, M&A
Yeah.
or A&M.
She also, besides that, she also hands you over a very, very nice journal that says,
Oh.
and then she says, as she gives you the journal, never stop journaling, Cyrus. I want you to write down all of your adventures so that one day, hopefully I'll get to read about them.
One day, maybe. But thank you.
And then they sort of turn in for the evening. You've had a joyous, like, welcome home dinner, welcome home party. They brought out the fancy wine for you.
Ooh, the fancy
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
They did also ask you to help a little bit with the cleanup.
No, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Is there anything else you want to do before you go to bed?
Before I go to bed, no. I would say that, like, in the morning, I definitely, like, make some special bread, though.
Okay.
Like, as, like, my one last thing.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right. Aster, what about you? Because we know that you're family, but we didn't really talk about, like, what is the makeup of your family exactly?
Yeah. So, mom and dad, grandpa, aunt and uncle.
Oh, it's big.
It's big. 4 brothers, 7 sisters.
Oh my God.
Okay, I'm not giving them
Yeah.
all names.
Well, I mean, you know.
Did you count the names on that and just kind of deducted?
No, I did not. No, I did not. No, it's just a real big family. Like,
Okay.
and hence part of why I always wanted to kind of like get away. So
And is it pretty fairly, like, normal for you to go off
yes,
on adventures?
it's sort of my job, right?
Yeah.
Like I took up the mantle of being sort of like the traveling merchant or whatever. So I would assume, and obviously you're the DM, so it's your choice. I would assume that when I got back, it's later because, you know, I assume we came in like sort of midday or towards the end of the day already, and I still had to go up, you know, into the highlands, up
Yep,
the hill.
you
So it
still
took
had
me a
some more
couple extra
traveling.
hours to travel. So I'd be coming home to pretty much everybody's asleep. Maybe grandpa's awake, maybe 1 or 2 of my siblings.
Okay.
You know, but everybody else is probably asleep because it's got to wake up early to work with the pigs.
For sure. Who do you feel you have the closest bond to in your family?
Probably my grandpa.
Okay.
He was the one.
Grandpa
who-
Meeples.
Grandpa Meeples. Yeah, that's right. Good old Grampy Meeps. So, Grampy Meeps always was sort of the one who would like listen to me when I was younger, because everybody else, there's so many voices, so much stuff going on. It's more like, you do this, you do this, you do this. You're kind of given a job
Yeah.
and you do your thing and you just go about it. And I always kind of had more of like that need to kind of get out there and, you know, kind of be more involved and to kind of like be a part of the world, I guess. And so Grandpa always kind of knew that and would...
Are you...
like I would go off on my own and then Gramps would come and kind of watch me and like do stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you say, like, in the structure of your siblings, are you the oldest, the youngest, somewhere in between?
Somewhere in the middle, I'm like number 6.
Number 6. All
Yeah.
right. Great. So let's just say that when you get home, everything's quiet, it's dark, everyone is asleep except for Grandpa Meeples. So you do your best to sort of sneak in because you don't want to wake up anybody, as you've done so much in the past after one of your adventures. So you just sort of creak open the door. You see sort of the fire glow, and Grandpa Meeples is sitting in his favorite chair that he always sits in, and he's waiting for you. And he turns around and sees you. So, Master, you're back. How's your journey this time?
Oh, hey Gramps. You know, it was good. Didn't sell a lot.
Aw,
you know-
you're really good at selling things. That's a surprise.
Thanks. Yeah, you know, just it was, you know, dry market out there. What can I say? Not a lot of people out in the North Woods, but you know, we do what we can.
That
Do what we can,
happens. They
you
did
know?
just spend all their money on the festival anyway.
Yeah, you know, but I'm always on that grind, Gramps. You know, I gotta, you know, get some more inventory and get going again right in the morning.
Oh,
so, you know.
You're not even going to stay for breakfast tomorrow?
No, you know, I'll probably grab breakfast with Cyrus, you know, because we got to get back out there.
Well, I'll make
on
sure
grinding.
I make your favorite dish before you leave.
Thanks, Gramps.
It'll be on the kitchen counter for you.
Thanks. I really appreciate that.
You must be tired.
Yeah. Bucket's tired too.
Yeah.
I should probably go to
Okay.
sleep.
Well, I can't wait to hear about your next adventure.
And I sort of like pause and like I'm like about to head out, and then I just sort of like run over and give him a big hug real quick.
He's like startled a little bit, but then like gently and warmly like goes into the hug.
Yeah. And that's it. No words. Just
Okay.
kind of that.
Grandpa Meeples is like, good night, Aster, as you're leaving. And then he, of course, packs up, your favorite breakfast and is ready to go for the next morning.
Cool. And then
Bird crashes into you with a note tied to its leg that says, bucket.
So in the middle of the night when I should be sleeping, I am restocking my inventory with furs and things from in the barn, and I sloppily paint Bucket's bucket with some random, we have this like bluish dye that we use. So I kind of like just hastily mix that in with like some paste or something and just kind of like throw it all over the bucket and just kind of, it's now a kind of a messy, hideous, like bluish,
hate it?
And it's kind of like got like a little bit of dirt and stuff kind of stuck to it, because like I did what I could. Bucket is noticeably upset, but like
It'll wash out.
yeah, it's one of those ones where like I can see it in Bucket's eyes. Bucket's looking at me like, what did you just do? Like, did you really just do that? And so like goes over to the bucket and angrily flips it back up onto his head and just kind of like, when he goes to sleep this night, he turns towards the wall, like towards the corner, so that like he can like put his eyes away from me,
Oh, he's so sad.
And like I know what that means.
I like to imagine in the morning there's like a ring, like a blue ring around his head
Yeah.
from where the bucket was, because the dye hadn't
So yeah,
set yet.
Bucket now has like a tiny little blue kind of drippy ring just right
like
around
a
the
blue
top.
halo.
Yeah, blue halo on Bucket.
Excellent.
He's not happy about it. But one thing that I do.
What about Air Demon? Did you bring him home?
Oh
with
no,
you?
Air Demon's there too.
Okay.
Air Demon loves the bucket. Air Demon jumped into the blue bucket and kind of like rolled around in it, and now Air Demon is very blue spotty.
Anytime
Yeah.
there's anything dirt related,
Yeah.
Air Demon's all
Yeah,
about
it's
it.
all about it. Okay, cool.
And then I would like to, like, as I'm going through all the stuff, I kind of like pick up some special things for each of them.
Okay, yeah. Do you want to keep that a secret?
Yeah,
Or do you want-
I'll give it to him when I see him.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to do at home before you go back out into the world?
I go in to like there's like essentially where we all sleep is like a big barn, just with like all the kids sleep in like a barn with like all the beds kind of like in rows,
Bunk beds for days.
Yeah, and I go in and I take one of the things that Bast whittled was like this little pig. Like at some point Bast was just like goofing around when we were on the road,
campfire.
made like this little pig, and I take it and I put it in my youngest sister's like right next to her bed, and then just kind of do like a silent goodbye kind of thing, and then
Yeah.
head back down.
Cool. All right, Marna.
So Marna went home and
Yep.
she's going through all of her belongings and basically just sort of preparing for the trip ahead of us.
Yeah.
I like to imagine that she's like basically going through her books and making sure she has any medical books that she's written in the past, like journals and stuff of like things that she's helped cure and stuff like that. And so it's basically just has like a mountain of books that's kind of around her, just making sure like which one would be most useful for the trip, especially for like a longboat ride.
Yeah.
As well as, just making sure that all of her supplies are stocked, or like ingredients are stocked, as well as carefully undoing. So she has like an old portrait that was drawn of her and her spouse at the time, and so she carefully undoes it from the actual frame, and she kind of rolls it up and puts it within her bag as well to make sure like, she keeps it with her, because I think Marna probably doesn't know if she's going to return from the trip or not.
Yeah.
Because this is such a weird, like, we're leaving, so anything of personal value is probably going to come with her.
Yeah.
Like, not like monetary value, but like personal value.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there something that, like, after Marna's wife passed, that, like, a piece of jewelry or, like, a memento that she keeps on her person as a reminder?
I want to say that she had, like, her wife had, like, a scarf that she had made. Like, she had knitted for herself.
Yeah.
And she takes that with her. And it's not like a knitted, I think maybe more like a crochet, like lace that she had made for herself.
Cool.
And so Marna tucks that away as well.
How is sort of Marna feeling in her house because she's the only one that's there. And I feel like Marna has the closest attachment to dragons just because, you know, she listened to a lot of the stories from her grandparents. And I feel like she's going to be the most, I can't think of the right word. Just this impacts her the most.
Yeah.
Rather than everybody else. And then leaving, you know, what used to be their home. How do you feel like Marna's handling all of that?
I think Marna's quite sort of like taken back by all of it. Like she's trying to kind of understand her feelings about leaving, but also she's excited at the prospect of doing something new at the same time because she's been there for a long time.
Yeah.
And I feel like the idea of going somewhere new and creating new memories instead of sitting in this house where she was holding her old ones. So
Excellent.
yeah.
Anything that she does elsewise before you plan to go out there?
I want to maybe say that Marna grabs a couple of, I think it's called, and I'm sure she has a few of them. In this book, they're actually called like healing, like herb jars. I want to say like she grabs just like one or two. I'm trying to remember where they're at. I think they're on this page actually. Because they're supposed to help keep herbs longer because once you pick an herb, they pretty much go out in a magic herb bottle.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
I want a magic herb bottle.
Can keep a healing herb fresh for 7 days.
Excellent.
So she grabs like, I'm gonna say one of them just to be fair. Yeah.
And I feel like since you've done a lot of medicine research and you've been working with herbs, you sort of know which herbs are going to last longer because since we're going on this, you know, sea adventure and who knows how long, you're going to choose the herbs that will last longer than 7 days, essentially.
For sure.
All right. Bast?
Yes.
So, did we locate your home before? You have a shop?
Forest, right?
Forest?
No, that's where I'm from.
Right.
We moved here because all the trees had become blighted. And so now I make a living repairing ships and carving stuff out of driftwood.
Right.
So my home is down by the beach.
Okay. What is it? What is your beach house look like?
It's honestly just like a shack. There's
Sea shack?
Yeah, there's nothing like too homey about it. It's very just functional. It's almost like I sleep in a workshop.
Okay.
You know, so I'm surrounded by my tools and
Does
stuff.
it got like
you
a
know?
Murphy bed that comes down?
Just like a cot in a corner,
Okay.
you know, that I sleep. And I don't spend a lot of time at home. It's just like I work and I sleep there.
Yeah.
You know? So the rest of the time is spent out on the beach collecting pieces that I could carve or, you know, making deals with local like shipwrights to get work, you know, stuff like that. Buying ships and flipping them, that kind of thing.
I would watch a show.
Ship flippers.
Yeah, ship flippers. I would 100% watch that show.
Not to be confused with ship
Ship
flippers
drifters.
Shit drifter.
or shit drifters.
Shift drifters.
So since Bass doesn't really like share his shack with anybody, what is sort of his journey home? Are you happy to come home since it's not something that you spend a lot of time in?
I mean, I'm happy to be home because it's the next step on our journey, leaving the island, and I'm sort of scouting the docks, trying to figure out what ships are available, you know, so I can make a deal.
And you
know?
would probably, being a ship-faring person, you would know that most of the sailors by now are either at the taverns or, you know, home sleep. So there's not a lot of...
Right, I'm sort of just scouting out for the day, the next day.
Okay,
you know?
so you're like, that's a nice one. She's a beaut. That one's good.
Right.
Sort of eyeing sort of what you think you're going to need for the journey.
Right.
Cool.
Exactly.
Is there anything special that you want to do tonight?
I mean, honestly, no. I'm a pretty solitary guy. I mean,
Okay.
I get along with everybody in town, but I don't have any family,
Yeah.
you know, so...
You're ready to have a nice sleep by yourself? Mm-hmm. Excellent.
Yep.
All right. Do you do anything in the morning?
I scout like one ship, and so I'm waiting for everybody to gather so I can go and talk to the owner about maybe purchasing the ship.
Excellent. All right. Everybody had their They're sort of their last evening at their own home. As morning comes, I know that most of you didn't. You sort of made plans to find each other, except for Marna. Marna left before then.
Yeah.
So
Marna knows to meet at the dock.
Yeah.
Like, she just assumed, like, because we're going to be leaving, we'll just come back at the dock.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you all approach the docks at slightly different times.
Yeah, so before that,
Yeah.
I would like to stop off at one of the little market stalls and buy some of the, what do we call it? The glass? The stuff that we find? The little...
Oh, the black
black glass or whatever?
The black glass, yeah. Obsidian, if you
Yeah,
will.
because that's kind of our local specialty,
Yeah.
right? That's like the thing. And this is going to allow me to finally use one of my skills.
Yay!
And B, this is kind of like what my character does, right? Is buying and selling things. So I recognize, we're leaving, so I should take some of the stuff that we do here,
Yeah.
and maybe we can sell that out in the world and wherever we're going.
Yeah.
And so I want to go and buy some of that.
Okay.
So in order to use my skill,
I mean, you don't have to buy it. You can just use. It's on the beach.
well, no, but like little gems and things.
Oh,
Little,
ones that have
products.
already been
Yeah.
taken and
Processed.
formed, processed.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Added value.
So yeah, do that.
So I
Explain
use my
that.
trader skill. So essentially the way that buying and selling in this game works is if you're not a merchant or you don't have the merchant skills, because I think farmer or something can have...
Farmer can do some.
do that.
Yeah.
You tend to buy things and, like you buy things at a higher price and you can sell them at way lower price and you can't really make a living selling or buying things. As a trader, you can buy and sell things at their proper price, at their list price. And if you buy 4 or more of an item at once, you can roll in order to get like a deal. So either you can sell them for higher or you can buy them for lower. So I want to buy 4 of those little tchotchkes.
Okay.
And
Price, yeah.
see if I can get a nice deal on it. So I get to roll my int and my spirit, which are my 2 highest stats. Please roll high price. So here's my first. This will be my int. It's a 2. And my spirit is a 5. Cool. So a 7.
That's
so
not. So
it's just under what I needed, but rolling a 6 or a 7, I get a 10% discount on
Sweet.
the goods. So,
and since I'm not making everybody like care about money,
I'm paying
what
attention.
I'll
No
what
worries.
I'll that's fine. What I'll say is that you get a 5th one. You did such a good
Hey,
sweet
all
talking
right, I'll take it.
that the merchant,
throw it in for free.
she's like, okay, she knows Aster. Like Aster's comes around all the time.
I drum up the business.
She likes them a little bit.
Come on, I made the sign. Look at it. And it's like
very
really
good.
crappy wool, like sewed together.
It gets wet when it rains.
It soaks up the smells
Yeah.
of the beach.
It
That's what
really,
you
it really
want.
does.
It really
It
does.
really does.
Wool is not the solution to everything, Aster.
So she gives you an extra one.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
So instead of
I'll take
4,
it.
you get 5.
Cool.
I would say Marna woke up really early because she tends to, and she left another note saying, "Still hunting dragons," and
Just like on the door.
on the door, basically,
Yeah.
out of business. We'll return. Question mark.
You're like the best healer though in the city.
Are you the only
I would love it if you left out like a little like tray of
Yeah,
herbs.
it's
Like,
like-
take
yeah,
one
yeah.
if needed.
No, I want to say like maybe she has an apprentice that helps.
Oh.
do you?
I want to say like I
let's-
can't be the only one.
What's
But
your
is it like
apprentice's
your
Yeah,
apprentice?
your apprentice name is Relknu?
Relner.
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 Relner the apprentice.
Apprentice
They're
Relner.
younger, but they at least know the basics.
Yeah.
Are they
You've
good?
left them-
Like, can you trust them?
Yeah.
They've triaged once or twice.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're
And
going to
they-
learn real quick on the job.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, they learned forever ago
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
to avoid getting
And-
a thwack.
I
Right.
would say like the night before, I had prepared a note and basically given Relner all the information that they may needed. And then early in the morning, you see this little old lady coming down the cliff where she used to live. Giant backpack.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
huge.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like big old staff, and
Yep.
she does her morning routine where she goes to Honobono, gets some bread and tea,
Yeah.
and then she sits at the docks, basically patiently waiting.
Do you get bread at Honobono? Mm-hmm. All right.
Same deal. I stopped by Honobono on the way.
I made special horns of bread.
Horns.
Horns. Bread horns?
Yeah.
Do you put them on your head?
And you can't. They're cream filled, so you don't want to. Otherwise,
I mean, maybe you do.
I mean, they would stick.
Exactly.
Hey, Cyrus. I take one and I plop it on Bucket's head. He's a balloonicorn.
What does Bucket think about that?
Bucket's probably still not.
He just kind of like shakes his head until the horn falls off, and then
He's very
He's
happy.
very happy about that.
But yeah. That was my special thing. I made horns.
I'm just imagining a woolly pig with a horn. It's very
And a little
cute.
blue halo.
And it's so cute. I can't wait for the fan art of it, in fact. All right. So how do you finally all find each other? Just hanging out and then you just see each other one by one?
Yeah, so I wait at Honobono
Okay.
until he's ready to leave, so I'm just kind of chilling there. You already were there well before I was there.
I'm now at the dock just
He's hanging out. Bass, when do you arrive?
I'm waiting at the dock and I see Marna. And so I say, "Good morning, Marna. Glad to see you so bright and early."
trying to remember your name. I'm so
Bast.
sad. I go Bast.
No bop from the cane this morning?
It's too early.
All right, it's good to know. Get you while it's early. Got it. So where are the other two?
I imagine that Cyrus is still at his restaurant.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a scoop on a sloop. That's another word for a boat, in case you didn't know.
Thank you. I appreciate you teaching me that.
I thought it'd be fun to rhyme.
You did it.
You did it.
Tough crowd. Tough crowd with this Marna.
It's at that point when the two others show up.
Yeah. So we're all there.
And so like as we're coming up, it's like, and so then I put the blue on Bucket's bucket, right? Because you said like you gotta
Thank
cover
you
for
for
you,
that.
you know. And then Bucket looks at me, daggers,
Oh, he was upset about
daggers
the
in
color.
the eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty funny, to be honest. So did Air Demon, by the way.
Turns out unneeded, because Anne and Uncle didn't even see Bucket that morning.
Yeah.
But thank you.
You okay down there, Bucket? He makes like a sip. Oh, hey guys.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Guess what?
What?
I got a scoop on a sloop.
Oh!
Boat
That's
humor.
a boat,
See,
right?
they
I get it.
All
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
There's a boat I think that we could probably afford.
Okay.
Cool.
It needs a little bit of love, but I think it doesn't have any leaks.
You think it
Wait,
doesn't have any
that's
leaks?
good.
Or it doesn't have any leaks?
I think we can afford it.
Okay.
It doesn't have any leaks.
Cool.
Those are two
That's
good
not
properties.
That's not very good to hear though. That you don't know if it has any leaks.
No, I said it doesn't have any. I said I think we can afford it. I think.
He knows.
Period. It doesn't have any leaks.
What does Marna steal this morning?
Well, I mean, you did say it needs a little love, so I understand the confusion.
yeah, so what?
Yes.
What love does it need?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, the mast might not be, like, 100% functional. We'll probably need to fix that. The rudder, it doesn't have one.
Okay.
It does have a wheel,
Okay.
and it does have a deck.
How big is this?
It's,
Am I going to get to have
You
my
called
own
it a
room?
sloop, so I
Yeah.
imagine it's not that.
I thought it was
big.
smaller. And then I heard deck, which makes me think multiple levels.
no, like a poop deck. Like the top.
Just the.
Just the,
Okay.
yeah, it's not very big, but as long as we're not expecting to add anybody else to the journey, I think it should suffice.
I feel like you should have kept your money and done the negotiating in the morning.
I didn't pay for it. Just saying it's a potential.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, let's go give it a look, I guess. By the way, I got you guys presents.
Wait,
I thought,
what?
yeah, I thought like we're going on this adventure. You know, I thought I should like help you guys out, give you some stuff that could really, be useful. So, Marna, I got you this, and I hand you like a big herb pouch.
Oh.
That's made of a nice fine wool. It's got a really nice
This
little
is very nice
design on there.
Thank you.
I thought you're always needing more space for your herbs, and I thought like you could use something real nice. It'll stand up to whatever we go up against. Bast, I got you this. And I hand you what's like a strap with a bunch of little pouches on it. Because you're always trying to put stuff in your boots instead of putting it in a place where it should properly go. So I got you this belt with pouches on it.
It's a utility belt.
This means a lot to me.
I call it my booty bag.
Oh.
Because you put all your booty in it. And it sits above your booty.
I'm gonna put my name on this right now.
Okay.
How do you spell Bast?
It's like mast, but with a B.
Yeah.
How do you spell Mast?
So, BOST.
Got it.
And I got you this. It's like a water pouch kind of thing.
Oh.
Again, really nice wool and everything, but on the inside, it's watertight and everything. I just figured, this way, maybe if we find some nice spring water or something like that, you can bring it with us, and then you don't have to worry about like whatever water we find in
Some
like a
nice
river or
leftover
something.
wine we don't want to leave
Or
behind.
that.
Yeah, that's what, okay. Thank you, buddy.
The
I didn't
Ryuujin
bring
will
you
like that.
anything. Hold on. I find like a really nice obsidian rock on the ground. Here you go.
Hey, thanks. Look at this one, Bucket. Bucket
Wait.
sort of snorts angrily, and then Air Demon looks at it and kind of like,
Wait, are you saying you can't read or spell because you made a note earlier asking if people had a dream?
it was very poorly spelled.
I guess I didn't pay attention to it.
I seldom have to write my own name, and sometimes I forget.
It was like, have you seen this
Yeah.
dragon? Or,
HAV
have you seen this?
space
That's right. It was just like, have you seen
space.
this?
Also, I might have been hit on the head last night.
What happened?
It's a long story, and I can't even remember the details.
I might have something for that.
But you're okay now, buddy?
Yeah, I mean, I'm here.
All right.
I procure some old dried moongrass, and
Ooh,
I
moongrass.
crumple it up, and I put it in some of the tea that I have, and I give it to Bast. Mm-hmm. Bast, this is going to help you concentrate for the rest of the day.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. So now,
Well, we're not doing concentration, but
you're not doing that.
he
but
remembers how to
if
write
you
his
have
name.
any
Yeah.
spells, he
Yeah.
takes one less MP.
Well, I do have
You can
spells.
focus.
One in particular, my name.
It still helps.
Hate.
It helps you focus.
Got it.
Spells my name.
So, Bast, eventually you're able to corral everybody together, and I assume, are you going to go to the shipwright?
Yes. The shipwright.
Yep.
Oh,
We
yep.
came up with that when we
Oh.
did our town creation.
Right, the ship, right, where you can get your ship in shape.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I assume there's going to be like a captain of the shipwright who's in charge of everything and probably knows all, the ships that are available.
What's their name?
That's a good question. Let's see what we got.
Ship, right.
Captain, let's do. There's so many good names right now. Captain, not a true panther.
Captain Not a True.
Yeah.
Everybody, this is Captain Not a True.
Oh,
Not a True, everybody.
very nice to meet you, Captain Not a True.
Good to see you again, Cap.
I was, we're in the market for a boat. We're gonna go sailing. I know this sounds ridiculous, but we're gonna travel off the island and go find some new lands.
Well, that's impossible. One, you
That-
can't get off the island and go anywhere.
But if we were to do such a thing, what would you say the best boat available would be for, say, this much monies?
Well, I was gonna say the best boat that we have is the
Yeah, okay, here we go. The
Instinctively
spontaneous. That's the best boat we have. With this, you could probably get the empty null.
The Empty Knoll. Sounds promising.
It is.
How would you rank the Empty Null versus the...
Instinctively spontaneous.
Yeah.
Well, if you look at them, you look behind you, the instinctively spontaneous is like almost shimmering. It's got
Yeah.
like 3
Yeah.
masts.
Yeah.
It's got like a huge rudder. It's got like the wooden like mermaid, which is just like it's a half dragon, half mermaid. Like I don't even know what those are called.
Yeah, on the front.
Yeah, the beautiful artwork.
Yeah.
It's got like a giant like
figurehead?
pearl figurehead.
Figurehead,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
got like the pearl in a figurehead. It's got like every mast has like 3 different sails.
It's level 99.
Yeah.
Like, this is a high level.
It's very good.
I gently prod Aster in the back and be like, boy, you need to start
Get that boat?
Get that boat.
get that boat one, but also I think you should be doing the talking now.
Yeah, probably. I mean, so this. So we look at the empty knoll. What's the empty knoll?
So, like Bass was saying, it's got a mast. It's sort of broken, like it's seen a storm and it's like got a
Does
shattered.
it have a figurehead?
Not yet. It had one at one point, but it's corroded, so now it just sort of looks like a jelly bean.
So Cap, we have a long-standing business relationship, you and I.
That we do.
You know,
Just have 2 legs.
wool sails, greatest sails there ever
Reference
were.
behind
Definitely last in the rains. We all know this. So
It also
We all
makes
know
it
this.
smell like the ocean.
it smells like the ocean.
It smells
it's wonderful,
that
right?
beautiful
We love
smell.
it. So we're going on a long journey. We need to go real far, right?
I
Real
mean, you
far,
can get
farther
around
than
the
anyone-
island in a week and a half.
Yeah, farther than anyone's ever gone, though. And
Are you just taking in all the sights?
Oh, we're gonna every site we can see.
All right.
But my question is, what are you doing with the instinctively spontaneous?
Well, we were gonna throw a party on it later tonight. Party yacht.
But here's
Get
the
a
thing.
hot tub on there.
That empty knoll, that's the perfect place for a party. Because you know what you want for a party? Intimacy. You want to be close. You want to be able to see people, speak to people. You get everybody on the instinctively spontaneous, it's going to be like they're all in their own little private parties instead of having one big party together.
That's true. It does have 10 rooms.
Yeah.
And a very nice captain's quarter. I've slept in
Yeah,
there.
way
Speaking of which,
too much
you
for
don't
this
want
party.
a bunch of people wrecking a really nice boat.
Yeah. Why don't you let us take care of the instinctively spontaneous? Throw your party on the empty knoll, Have a good time. And guess what? We're going to take the instinctively spontaneous farther than it could ever have gone on its own. You respect that boat. I respect that boat.
That's
and I
very
want that
true.
boat to see what the sea has to offer.
I like what you're saying, Aster. I know that you're a sweet talking person, and I appreciate that.
I try.
The only thing is, what kind of party are we gonna throw on the empty knoll?
Well, what kind of party do you want to throw? I mean, I got all kinds of throws, if you know what I'm saying. We got a whole bunch
That's
of wool
true.
throws. We got...
But I don't want people spilling wine on the throw rugs.
Well, hey, I'll give you a throw to use after you've ruined another throw. Several throws.
And I do need a good way. The empty knoll has just been sitting there. We could use it for some extra parts too. We could call it a disaster party
Hey!
where we just destroy it.
There you go. Anything that's not usable anymore, guess
Also,
what?
I want-
When Bass gets back, he can whittle it into something nice.
It's true. You willing to do that for me?
Absolutely. What do you want? I'll whittle it. Name something.
I mean, it'll be after the disaster party. I want that jelly bean figurehead to have a face.
a jelly bean
Cute,
figurehead.
a cute little jelly bean face
All right, I gotcha. Drawing it up right now.
with a hat.
I've seen this man's jelly beans before. Fantastic.
As is his signature. I just saw it.
It's just a big X.
It's a perfect X, though. I mean,
Yeah,
90
both sides are of
degrees
the
in every
same
corner.
length. It's
And that way,
I know what I said.
when everyone comes to this party, they can get as high or as drunk as they want, and it doesn't even matter. That's brilliant, and I can charge so much money for them to
There
get
you
in
go.
there.
You see?
All right, but I'm gonna need some decorations.
Okay. What do you need? What do you need? We got
need some creepy paper.
creepy paper. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure. You got
make
any
it creepy.
Did you bring any creepy paper?
I did not bring any creepy paper.
Okay.
creepy paper.
Do you have? Do
you mean
that
crepe
paper that you
paper?
put in your
Creepy
got
paper.
ready?
I've got my old journal.
It's a joke from what we do in the shadows.
Maybe.
He's trying to
I've
throw a
written some
party,
creepy
and he's
things
like,
in
"This
it.
is creepy paper. It's scary."
Are you okay with parting with that?
Sure, this is one of my old ones.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. All right. So, Cyrus here tells me he's got the creepiest paper in the biz right here.
Oh,
Yeah.
Let me
Just
see this.
Look inside there.
It's one of my old journals.
that's pretty creepy.
Yeah. Right?
We're gonna put this up.
There you go.
I think we should also make it sort of like a spooky party.
Okay.
You know, spooky goes with destruction in some sort of way. I'm gonna figure that connection soon, but it's all good.
Marna can probably make like a spooky cauldron. of something.
Do you have a cauldron? That would be great. We could get a cauldron. We could fill it with all sorts of alcohols
I could give you an old punch bowl.
and some. Can you do magic fog? Can you find me someone that can do some magic fog?
Can you produce any dry ice?
If we had a fog dragon, that would be helpful. But
I think I can.
we don't have no fog dragons anymore.
There's no such thing as dragons. They don't exist anymore.
No, they exist somewhere. We just gotta find them.
Hey! How about this? Hold on.
That's right. You can do something, right?
Yeah. This party needs some ice that's dandy, so I'm gonna give you some delicious candy. And I go like this, and I cast Candy Ice Cube, and I create a giant frozen block. It's 50 centimeters on each side. It's not giant, but it's probably like this big, right? And just like right in the middle of the shipwright.
I could carve something into it, actually. So we could make like a spooky skull or something.
Yeah. Let's do that. Spooky
Okay.
skull.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use my crafting.
And then guess what? Check this out. So I go digging through my stuff on Bucket. I grab this big, like, awesome looking wool blanket, and then I flip it over myself, like, inside out, and kind of like take like a little thing and like poke out 2 little holes so I can see through it like I'm a ghost. And then I grab some of your horns, the bread horns, and I kind of stick them to it.
Oh, that's real spooky.
Huh?
I like it. I like it. It's good. It's good.
There you go.
So this is all good. I like what you've done.
Okay.
So what do you say? We leave here with the instinctively spontaneous, and you leave with the greatest party boat ever made.
I was also
As he
counting
says
the gold.
that, I finish the skull, and with one of my old horns, snow cone.
Not a true takes it. That's mighty good snow cone. Nice. I haven't tasted one of these since the festival 6 days ago. This is my favorite one I've had yet. So Not a True's definitely mulling it over. He's still hesitant to let go of it, right? Just because it is the fanciest boat. Let's see how this party goes.
Oh, we're gonna do the party first.
But I think we gotta get going.
You gotta get going now.
Big time thing.
All right, you gotta sweeten the honey pot just one thing more. What else can you give me, and then I'll think about because. I mean, you're not going anywhere. You're going to be back
soon. Do you have any secret herbs to make the party get buck wild or something?
Oh, can we get them popping? If you know what I mean.
You do also remember that back during the festival, pulling it up, that there are all sorts of people sort of selling all sorts of illicit drugs.
Wait, were there? I don't remember that about the festival.
Well, no one went into.
Look, I may or may not have sold them.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
Is that Air Demon?
That's Air Demon. Yes.
Yeah, that's adorable. Yes.
So you could find one of those people, or if Marna has some good drugs.
Good drugs.
Some good.
Look, I
Don't do drugs,
can't in good conscience give you something that's harmful.
It's
No,
not
it's not
harmful.
harmful.
It's just to make the party wild.
Yeah.
I know, that's what I'm looking at here. Oh my god.
Like some lidocaine eye drops.
There you go, right there.
I want something that will slightly anesthetize your eyeballs so that I can cut an eye open.
What kind of party is this?
It's a medical party.
It's a LASIK party.
It's real cool.
It's a spooky party.
We got a LASIK
Spooky,
dragon.
yeah.
Can you think of something spookier?
If you can get me those drugs that will numb my eyeballs so that I can get really spooky eye implants, that boat is yours.
Okay.
All right, so here's what I'm thinking. Yeah, if we just like soak some leaves in like some wine or something, that might convince them.
Or like, do you have any like little woolen pads?
Wait a
or something
minute.
like that?
Hey,
Sure. Yeah. What's up?
We're gonna be out of here before the party, right?
Yeah.
Just give them anything.
That's what I was.
They're not gonna try this stuff until tomorrow anyway. I mean,
Here,
make
here.
sure it won't like burn their eyeballs.
I pull out a bottle of dried morning glory. I'm not going to tell him what it does.
Tell us what it does.
It helps him sleep.
There you go.
Okay. Dried morning glory.
And they're gonna feel really good next morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
That's a successful
they're
party.
they're all gonna pass out. They're gonna wake up feeling better than they did the day before, and everything will be intact.
They're just gonna assume it was an amazing
They're gonna
party.
assume it was great.
Yeah.
I love it.
So, I think that's great.
And I write on the label. I
how much
rip
to
the
take,
label off,
right?
and I put it back on there, and it just says "amazing drugs." Because Marna's not that clever.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I think
Yep.
our resident herbalist, expert of the town here, Marna, has some of the best you can possibly
I mean,
get.
she's treated me for warts before too.
Yeah, you know how good she is.
I do.
I give you the amazing drugs. I just
She's written on their amazing drugs, as you
Not
can
a true
clearly
looks
see.
at it. It's like, story checks out. Takes the top off.
No, don't use it
No,
yet.
Sorry,
you
yeah.
have to ingest it.
You still got to set up the party.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was just smelling it.
okay, cool. You're good.
Look what you do.
Yeah,
what
smells
you
real
do,
nice.
You
real
put it in a
nice.
punch that everybody's drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you flavor it with a little bit of sugar because it is a little bitter.
Oh, I got plenty of sugar.
There you go.
Marna, what happens if they take too much of the morning glory?
They'll have too much fun, obviously.
Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
They won't like sleep
No.
forever.
No, it helps them.
Ixnay on the Ereverfay.
It doesn't put them to sleep. It helps them sleep.
Well, you know what? I am actually very grateful for all of your help. I was a captain. I still am a captain, but I think my true calling is event planning.
Hey!
So
Follow your dreams.
You've held me, and you got this nice stack of gold here that you gave me. I'm gonna throw the best party this darn island has ever seen. Keys are over there.
I'm awful sad.
Shipwright and event space. Keys are over there.
I'm awful sad to be missing it.
It's fine. I mean, you're still invited. You could always postpone your journey for one night.
No, we really got to get going, but I'm sure that this shindig is going to be so legendary. We're
Oh, it
going to
will
hear
be.
all about it from across the sea.
Well, good luck with that. I don't think you're going to be getting anywhere anytime soon. You'll
All right.
be coming back, and then you'll come to one of my other parties, and it'll be fantastic.
Hey, I cannot wait. It sounds like you are going to be the #1 event planner in
tell you
all
what,
the island.
I know
If we
am.
make it back, and we have found the other world,
When we make it back.
when we make it back, well, no, when we will. If we make it back, and we found
When
the
we
other
make it
world,
back.
then you got to have a party that says we were right. It's the we were right party. And then if we make it back and we haven't found the new world, you can have an I told you so party.
Oh my gosh, we can take bets at the spooky party tonight.
There you go.
Right.
It's brilliant. All right. I got work to do. I got a party to plan. You kids get out of here.
All
Except for
right.
you, Marna. You're not a kid. I respect you and my elders.
That's because she's hit you over the head how many times?
17.
17.
I don't like to talk about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't keep count.
It's that
I do.
It's that
Everyone else
17th
keeps
one.
count.
It's the 17th one that really hurts the most.
That's true.
And it's
You
one
thought you were
very
past
true.
it, right?
One for every age.
First scar is the deepest? No.
No.
It's the 17th.
It's that 17th.
It just doesn't roll off the tongue as much as
exactly.
the first scar.
Exactly. So, y'all, let's board the instinctively spontaneous before Captain changes their mind.
Let's do that.
All right, have fun.
Here's the keys.
Here's the keys.
Start her up. To toss him over, I catch him.
Rin-nin-nin-nin-nin-nin-nin.
Why are you making that noise, Bess?
Rin-nin-nin-nin-nin-nin-nin. I'm starting it
why.
up.
Well, yeah, but why are you?
He's like at the captain's door.
Yeah.
He's trying to open it.
Yeah, that's the key to
Yeah, it's
the gate.
Yeah.
To get to the shipyard.
Rin-nin-nin-nin-nin.
Ships don't actually. You know this. Ships don't work like that.
I know, I'm just having fun.
Okay.
I don't understand why you would make that sound. What would that sound even represent?
Like an angry badger.
Ooh, oh, I've heard of that. Badger powered boats.
Right.
Yeah.
So while the three of you are talking, Marna goes over and gets the keys
And opens the door.
and opens the gate door. Yeah, you go out of the store because there's a storefront.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, we're like the Three Stooges, constantly
Yeah.
like having these weird bickering arguments or whatever. And Marna's always like solving the actual problems, like in the background. Just like tiny lady, giant backpack.
Don't live this long.
Gotta make every moment count.
Yep.
So you open the gate and you're in the shipyard. You can see the empty null on one side, and you see the instinctively spontaneous on the other.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a pan, like the four of you in between the two ships. And we'll end the episode.
Nice.